Hello, everybody.
Alrighty. Yes, welcome.
We're back. Same shirts as last week because we did 2 in a row.
It's really the same day. Haha.
We tricked you.
Our kind of homesteading, and we're your hosts, Sherry.
And Shauna.
Shauna started talking, going off on a tangent before we had proper introductions.
Sorry.
It's fine. I remember doing that when I was like sick the couple of times we recorded. I was like, hey, what's up? We're talking about this today. If you don't like it, leave. I was like in the worst mood.
Oh, poor Sherry.
I know, it's bad.
So today we are discussing larger garden pests. How are you calling them pests?
Well, you know,
animals, problems?
things in your garden that could cause problems, meaning like mammals. And, you know, I know.
Malicious animals.
Yes.
Malicious?
Yeah.
That sounds even worse.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Honest
making
is
a
here,
joke.
too. You didn't introduce yourself.
That's not my show.
It's not. Well,
Honest is back. He will be with us every week, hopefully.
yeah. He's got his own microphone.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
We like when he makes funny jokes in the background.
This is the most wanted I've ever felt.
Don't say stuff like that. People are going to be like, oh, poor guy. They're
You
going to
wanted laughs.
Anyways, so
Shauna's like, they will not pity you. Okay.
see, you guys like make me sound like I'm a bitch and I'm not.
It's us doing it.
Shut the fuck up. You're saying everything. You're digging yourself deeper and deeper in your hole over here. You're like, you guys are making me sound super bitchy. I'm super nice. I'm the nice one.
Super nice. I am super nice.
She also thinks if she says something many times, it will come true.
What are you talking about?
Saying you're super nice.
Oh.
Obviously.
So what did I say over and over again?
I'm super
Did it
nice.
come true?
She's like, tell me on the edge of my seat. Anyways, I think a lot
my
of
face
people.
hurts.
My eyes watering now.
Yeah, it is.
It's your fault.
Well, this actually came from so Kathleen, thank you for listening.
Yes.
And she was asking about like how to keep out like larger garden pests. And I was like, okay, like we should do something. We should talk about that because I'm sure other people struggle with this as well. And you know, we're talking about like fucking, you know, deer and mice and skunks. What's another? Bunnies, fucking rabbits, man.
Fucking rabbits, man. And I think
I had something come up. I did like
I
a.
have an eyelash in my eye.
You okay? Do you want me to get it out?
Ow. No, it's fine.
I made like a hill for my pumpkins to like plant them on, and I had something like come to the top of the hill, bite off the top of the pumpkin plants, and fucking leave
Little
like
bastards.
an asshole.
Like an ass. She's
So,
like, thank you for the delicious
I don't know.
meal.
I don't know if that was like a rabbit. I'm assuming it was. a rabbit.
Yeah, probably biting like the whole top of, depending on how big the plant was. I'm assuming it was slightly large.
Yeah.
So it's funny. I didn't even ever think of this as a problem because I don't have this problem at all. Because A, my garden has a huge chain link fence around it, and then B, I have dogs that run 24/7, and my dogs keep everything out, whether that's deer, peacocks.
People?
They hate people. Yeah, keep out people too. Good for that. And nothing is on our property except the animals that we have, and so I just don't have this problem at all.
And
I
that
cannot relate. Very sorry.
well, that is like your biggest deterrent that you would do would be like a dog, right? But it would not just like I have my dog and it's out here for during the day. If you once said dog is put away at night,
Yes.
it's no longer effective. Yes.
So like if you wanted to take care of this problem using a dog or dogs, they would have to be running, like I said, 24/7, even at night. So like they can't be sleeping in your bed with you. They have to be out
which
running.
is sad.
Well, the LGGs they prefer
Yeah,
to be
well, the
outside.
LGDs actually enjoy being outside. They
Yeah.
don't want to be
They
like
prefer it.
snuggling. Well, Caesar wants to snuggle, but not like.
He likes to come in and take naps, but that's during the day, and his brother is still outside.
Yeah.
So.
So obviously dogs are like a great way to deter those kinds of animals because they're just not going to, whatever. The second one being is getting a good fence. And so putting up like a perimeter fence around your garden is going to be your best option for those kinds of the larger animals. Obviously fucking like gophers and shit, like it's not going to work. But
Yeah, anything that lives underground is
and mice,
obviously,
like you're not
yeah.
gonna keep a mouse out. But
Not gonna keep a mouse out.
not-
Keep a mouse out of your house? No. Even if you have cats, mice.
no,
We had cats living in our pantry, and I was just like looking
You
at her
had
cat.
cats living in your
Sorry,
pantry?
mice living in our pantry. And,
so
we
this
had,
is your home now, kitty.
and I was like, and looking at the cats would come in, and they would like do the little head thingy when they could hear them.
They probably thought they were meant to live there because you guys have so many animals.
They're like,
And they're like,
oh, okay,
well,
I guess you're
the
good.
mom wants you to live here. If I kill you, she's probably gonna be very mad at me.
So you get to stay in the pantry, eating all the food.
Yeah,
It's
they're
just
probably
crazy.
like-
They would move their heads, and then they would, okay, and they walk away. I'm like, what good are you?
Yeah, because it's probably because that is why.
That's true. I suppose it's
That's
very
why.
true.
And you're really scary, and they're terrified. So they're like, "Fuck, like, we don't want to kill." Like even with like the birds and stuff, like they didn't mess with the birds.
No, of course not. They would never.
Thank you. That's my
think
point.
about it.
Exactly. That is exactly my point. So they're like, "There's another small thing that I want to kill that lives in the house, but I cannot kill it."
But I must resist and walk away.
See, my cats do not. They
That's
do not
hysterical.
Fear me.
I would never. They do not fear me. I don't know what does. Besides your husband.
I was gonna say my husband. You fear me.
I have a good wife.
Oh, we coughed at the same time.
We
That was
did.
cute.
Synchronized coughing.
Twinning. Anyways, so putting up a fence, but obviously when you put up a fence, okay, you have to think about the animals you're keeping out. And if you're putting up a fence and it has like it's the like no climb, like cattle fence, and it has like the larger, bunny's still gonna come through that.
Bunny's still gonna come through. Yeah, fucking rabbits. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I just don't know. I don't know how you would. There are other ways though besides a fence and dogs.
Putting up a fence will still deter some things though. So put up a fence.
I mean, it will definitely deter deer if it's high enough. If it's like 6-7 feet, then like the deer are not getting over that. Like there's just no way. And so for deer, definitely, put up your freaking fence. And then for all other things, and I don't know, the chain link is pretty small.
The
Like,
chain link would work well if you put up a chain
If you
link.
put
yeah.
that up, like that's what we have because we haven't always had dogs running. And I mean, I don't ever remember us having a really bad issue with things before. I mean, never deer, of course, because it's over 6. Is it over 6 feet? I don't even know how fucking tall it is. It's tall.
But you not only do you have the chain link though, you have the honeysuckle growing on it, which makes it a bit taller because
Yes. Yeah.
it's like going over
yes.
the top.
Well, and makes it, and they can't go through it because the honeysuckle is just completely.
Can't go round it. That was that Coco Melon song. Have to go through it.
Don't mind Shauna.
Coco
She is a baby
melon.
living with her. Yeah. So.
Here I am.
And he watches Coco Melon.
It's
Yeah.
his favorite show.
I like
Yeah.
how it repeats.
But still putting up a fence is going to be the biggest deterrent. If you don't have a fence up, it's probably, something you'd want to think about investing in.
Definitely.
And then, so for bunnies though, actual, like human hair. Pusin,
That was
Winnie
the weirdest
Pusin.
noise. Okay, make her lay down. Go away. Lay back
Pusin,
down.
you lay down, Pusin.
Don't do that again, you little. Ugh. Anyways,
So that,
which is so weird. I guess you could just like get hair out of your hairbrush.
yeah, we did that. We tried it for the gophers. Like you could shove like human hair down the gopher holes. It didn't work the best.
I think you have to have like shorter, like not really long strands of hair because it's supposed to get underneath their fur and make them very uncomfortable. So I'd
Oh,
assume.
that's mean.
He just stops. He's like, "What the fuck did you think it was?"
We don't want our mouths uncomfortable.
I thought they
we
did.
just don't want them to eat our food.
I just thought
Be comfortable. Just don't eat our food.
I thought it was like
Oh, they're like, oh, there's hair over here.
I
Find
know.
another
What do
garden
you
guy.
I
think?
thought it was like a territorial thing,
Oh.
like a smell or a scent.
No.
He's all, no.
That's like weird though. Like it's under there.
I have okay. So when we were talking about this episode, and you said that, I was like, human hair. That's bizarre. Like that's the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life. So I don't know. I don't mean
We
I don't
did
know.
do it for the gophers though.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I think shorter strands, like the hair in our house is usually like longer strands of hair, right? From the hairbrushes. So it's not cut like barber hair. That would be shorter strands.
So you should just
And
cut it
would
up.
Be like it would be sticking. Like think Bubba's hair. Remember, it would stick
Yeah.
into your skin all the time.
Yeah, it was very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Very uncomfortable. Don't want to be
But
around
you got
it.
to eat, didn't you?
Bubba's hair. Oh, he was part Shar Pei, part Border Collie.
Yeah.
And he had this really short hair. It almost would, it would like give you a splinter. It'd like get under your skin. It sucked.
That sucked. Well, now you know how the gophers feel.
Yeah, so that seems mean. But so apparently that works. However it works. They also don't like any strong smells, rabbits. So a lot of things don't actually. So
Well, because I think most animals can smell a lot better than we can smell. Like their smell is a lot more heightened than ours, and so
true.
you know any strong smell to us is like going to be triple the strength to them, and they can't even like go like imagine like walking into a skunk. I have a really awful story, but it's gonna make you sad. I won't tell it.
No.
It's sad.
Why'd you even tell me that? I'm
Look
already
how
sad.
happy she is about it.
No, it's crazy.
I was
It's like
joking.
weird. It's weird, but it's sad. You'll hate it. No, not gonna tell. Anyways, moving on. So think about like walking into a skunk.
That's all I can think about now.
I did that one time in the chicken
know.
coop.
Ew.
Yeah, I know. It was late out, and I went to go lock him up, and I'm walking up to the chicken coop and about to shut the door, and all of a sudden I see a big black shadow walking out, and I was like, "Well, that's really weird that a chicken's walking out like late at night. They should all be roosting." And then like as soon as I had that thought, I was like, "That is not a chicken. That is a skunk." And I just turned around and just started running. I got sprayed a little bit.
Okay,
Oh,
so this was
God.
this
bit.
was like that day though that like what else happened because there was like multiple like shitty things happened. Oh, that was the day that you got into a car accident.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So he got into this horrible car. He was bringing me honey because like
That's the sole purpose of him driving. Bring
his
your
dad. No, he was coming home from
It's the
work.
only thing keeping our marriage together right now.
His dad is a beekeeper, right? And so they have like a shit ton of honey, and he was bringing me a flat, and he this driver under the influence of like drugs and all kinds of shit, like swerved in front of him, and did it clip your car?
He pit maneuvered me. Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but whatever. And so his car.
It was really bad for him. It's dangerous, but here he is.
Moving on.
I didn't get my honey all over the freeway.
And over you.
It,
I
like,
remember
seriously?
Casey driving by me like, why is he so shiny?
That's what Casey
Honest
said.
is like covered in honey.
Because
like,
the honey,
I was
like,
like
all
a
the honey
Twilight
broke.
vampire. I was like Edward.
His car flipped, and so the honey shattered. All the 12 jars of honey shattered, and then went all over him.
And so he was
Covered in
like,
honey
super
and glass.
honey and glass, like everywhere. Like you would have thought, like he was a drug addict if you like pulled up to the scene because his eyes were really wide and he's taking pictures like a crazy person of everything. And he looked so crazy. I was like, okay, maybe you should sit down.
sit down.
Um,
You're having, you know,
Anyways.
adrenaline rush.
So this happens, like the car accident, and then we get home and something else had happened, and something else shitty happened. I forget what it was, but it was how when something starts, like it's
When
just
it
like a
rains, it
big
pours.
shit ball. Yeah, it's just like, okay, this
Shitstorm.
is our day today.
Yeah.
And then so he thankfully he was okay, like he was perfectly fine, and then and then he went out and he got sprayed. And the same day, he went out to the chicken coop and got sprayed by
That
a
is
skunk.
crazy.
Like, it's pretty good, huh?
It's pretty good. I've never in my life been sprayed by a skunk. My dogs, obviously, all the time.
My dogs
but
all the time. Yeah, neither have I, but
I've
like,
never been. I mean, I had a little baby skunk on our doorstep. I opened the door,
Aw.
and this was years ago. I opened the front door because I heard what I thought were cats, and like I opened the door, and he's like, and he like,
oh, I love when they do that.
He pounced his feet at me, and I was like, just close the door. Like, oh my God, I was almost sprayed by a skunk. Okay, cool. But I don't think he was gonna spray me. He was just like, go away, I'm eating.
They
You
can't
left
spray
this
you
for
until
me.
they're a certain age.
So maybe that was it, because he
Yeah.
was very tiny. He was
So cute.
he was so cute. If I wasn't so terrified of being sprayed, I would have just let him right in my house.
I know, they're so
Like,
cute. You're
How are you
adorable.
that adorable?
I don't know.
I'm gonna get one.
I know, I want one too.
They're legal in California.
I know, don't care. They're illegal in California. Nope, care. Two shits given. Who's gonna like what? So what? What?
Well, now that you're announcing,
Yeah. There's no videographic evidence anywhere.
I get it. I'm like, look at my skunk. Look at my skunk. Isn't it cute?
Hey, California wild fishy game. Look what I got.
But yeah, so back to animals hating smells. They also hate like onions, garlic. Sounds good right now.
We're like,
Sauteed onions and garlic. Oh, another thing they hate that doesn't sound good is cat litter. Is that weird?
ew, who does like cat litter? I don't blame them. I mean, what are you talking about? Just like fresh cat litter or
just
used?
fresh cat
Oh,
litter.
okay. It's disgusting either way, but
I think it's
Ew.
less disgusting.
I just hate cat litter. The way it makes your hands feel.
Yeah, the smell of it too. I don't like the smell of it.
I hate the smell of it. I mean, my cats are not allowed to have like you don't get a cat litter box. You can go outside like a normal animal.
Like a normal animal. So I think this is crazy. So a lot of people use for like the larger animals, they use fucking the Irish Spring soap. So you know who else uses this? Is my husband.
Alpha males. Whoa. Chuckling it up a little much. A little much on the alpha male comment.
So.
You know who else? He's like alpha males. Okay, that was great. It's a good time. It's a good time.
I'm sorry.
You're killing it with the funny today.
You're doing a good job.
As long as it's self-deprecating, right? Look at that bastard over there, smelling like Irish Spring.
My husband insists on this stupid fucking soap, and I'm like, it's just a bunch of chemicals. Like that's all you are putting on your body. Is like you're like in the shower, chemicals. Like
I love
I
'em.
feel clean now. Like I don't.
do.
I
And pest-free, apparently.
but like, it's such a strong smelling. I don't know if you ever smelled like Irish Spring soap. It smells very clean and chemically. You know, it's like that smell. It's not like a.
It is very strong too. It is a very, very strong
It's
smell.
super strong.
Yeah.
So what you do to keep like everything hates it apparently in the mammal world except for my husband.
No, Juan used it for the longest time.
Really?
And I beat it out of him.
Other alpha males. I knew something was off about Juan lately.
Obviously not literally. But I was like, you're not buying this. Like, this is so bad for you. Stop buying it.
Yes.
Like, you are going to give yourself cancer. Is that
Thank
what you want?
you.
Do you want cancer?
It's looking like a pretty good option.
And so he stopped. He doesn't buy anymore.
Like, I don't want to listen to her.
He's like, Jesus Christ,
Bitching.
such a bitch. I'm like, thank you. Winning.
I have tried to tell him, and he's like, "Can I just? If it's my soap, can I just use my soap that I like? Because it's
I mean,
like
I
you're not
guess.
using it." And I was like, "What the fuck ever? I don't fucking care. Like, fine, use it. Fucking make your skin turn into something weird."
Be a science experiment.
Yeah, like fucking.
Anyway, so
honest.
how do you use it?
So the fact that it repels so many things, though, is like weird that my husband still uses it. Like after learning this, he's like, still putting it on my body. This is a great idea. So
I mean,
Alpha?
in his defense,
People are like, holy shit, there's an alpha in the room. That's what you smell when people... I come in the room.
No one has ever
smelling
said
clean
that
of Irish
about
Spring.
you. Nobody. When you walk in, it's never a thing. It's
Whoa.
never.
whoa, he says.
It's
Whoa.
never gonna be a thing. I think the only thing that's
My
like,
wife, ladies and gentlemen.
is like maybe like his voice. Like I think people like get like intimidated by his
Yeah,
voice.
yeah.
And they
It's
see your goofy face.
scared
of this guy? This guy?
I mean, I'm just saying
He smells
after
funny.
after they get to know you, they're obviously not gonna be scared of you. It's your personality. I love you so much. Okay.
I love you as well.
Ooh. That's a
Shauna
good
has
one.
some misgivings. One of them is when she knows she's hurting someone's feelings, she's like, I'm going to keep going. Like, do you see? I was trying to
feelings are-
segue back into the, so how do you use Irish Spring soap to keep with pets? And she's like, we're talking about this more. Nah, digging a little deeper.
what he's for.
No, he's fine.
Smells terrible.
He's fine. Just ask the skunk.
But anyway, so you take the soap, the bar of soap, you cut it into little cubes. Okay, they don't have to be like fucking exact. You're just putting it out for animals to smell.
They're like, how big of a cube? Tell me the diameters.
And then if you can put it in like cloth.
Like a cheesecloth or something.
Yeah, cheesecloth or like little baggies with drawstrings, or you can cheesecloth and you just like nail it like, or what's the
Staple gun.
staple gun it to some like wooden posts around the perimeter of your garden, and it will keep a lot of animals away.
That's
Spring
crazy.
soap.
And specifically Irish Spring.
Apparently it's because it has tallow in it. Tallow?
That's
tallow?
not why.
Is that
That's not why.
tallow? Somebody tell
That
me, is that right?
Yes, it's,
Try it 2 or 3 more times.
yes, it's right. That's not why though. Every soap has that in it.
No, it doesn't.
I think it does.
No.
That's like the old way of making soap is
Yeah.
with tallow.
Yeah.
I don't
Like-
think that's why though. I think it's the just overwhelming smell. Like it's very, very strong.
It is very strong, but I heard that it's something to do with the tallow.
It doesn't really smell though.
I don't know.
So, what do they sense it? They're like, oh, soap with tallow, run
My
away.
spidey sense.
Yeah, seriously, it's weird.
I don't know. My husband's Googling it as we are
Yes,
speaking, so
that's
I'm sure
great.
he'll tell us why they hate it. Other things that animals hate, though, are coffee grounds. Again, they smell strong. And they do not like them.
Oh, and
I
mosquitoes.
love the smell of coffee. I don't drink coffee. but
Mosquitoes
fucking-
hate coffee grounds too.
I love the smell
If you
of
burn
coffee.
them for mosquitoes, but yes.
Hello. Goodbye.
The door like opens and closes. That's weird.
It was our ghost friend.
Ghosty. Yeah, I know. I love the smell of coffee too. But again, it's very strong. Do you see? Like they, this,
I know.
this,
I don't
the
like
smell,
the smell of Irish Spring soap. It smells like
the
chemicals.
smell just overwhelms them.
Coffee
They just can't
smells
go
good.
near it.
It's literally the smell, as far as I can tell.
Oh.
Yeah, see, it's just the fucking smell. It's just overwhelming.
You know that smell your husband smells like?
Overwhelming.
Not even rats will come near.
Yeah, see?
See, so you had nothing to fear from that skunk that night.
Nothing. He did get sprayed
I
a
did
teeny
get
bit.
sprayed.
Yeah. He
Well,
did.
maybe.
It's only because I was so
I made him take
fast.
off all his clothes in the front yard. It was
Wasn't
dark
as
out.
fun as I thought it'd be.
It was dark out, so it wasn't as fun. But
It wasn't as fun. Sean's taking photos, video.
he was
Hysterical.
all mad. I was laughing hysterically. He was so mad. He had a day though, so
He had
you
a
can
day.
Understand?
A smidge of a day.
Near life and death experience. Car was totaled. Guy had no insurance. But
Oh yeah, the guy didn't have insurance. It sucked too. But hello again. Okay.
Oh, he's retrieving sodas.
Just another child walking through the office.
What are we gonna do when I do have the baby?
Can you help him open the door? I don't know. We're gonna be sitting here with like a baby all the time.
Yeah.
You have a baby
In
in a bar.
Yeah, and you know they can be loud, so I mean, I guess people just have to deal with it.
Yeah, what are we gonna do?
I'm
I was
just-
like, damn it. Sherry has the loudest babies too. Jesus.
I mean, I'm loud.
You are very loud. So is
I
my
mean-
husband. My husband's really
Yeah,
loud.
and so your daughter's loud. River's
Yeah,
very,
River's
very
really
loud. and she talks and
See,
she
I'm
is.
not loud like
she-
you guys.
No, we know, Shauna. You have a mouse voice. It's like you can't even hear you. You should see
Rude.
what her microphone is turned up to right now. Mine's just like a normal level. Hers is like all the way up.
No, they
because
had
you
to
can't
turn
fucking
yours
hear.
down a little bit because you're so fucking loud.
Well, and I'm proud of that, Shauna. It's good.
More
Yeah.
kids. More
More
kids
kids.
interrupting. Anyways, so the other thing that they have, if you can't get a dog, and you don't want to do whatever, I think like the Irish Spring, I think it's pretty easy to do, and it's just like
That's probably the most like if you
pretty
don't have
you
the,
can get like a huge box of it too, because like nobody uses
Super
it for
inex-
super cheap.
yeah.
But
I'm gonna have Dea. I'm gonna have her scan that next time we go to Target with the on the Yuka app and see what it rates as.
yeah,
It's
you
probably a
should.
0 or something.
Yeah, you should. But
We scanned a soda the other day and it was a 0.
I'm sure.
Yeah, hysterical.
Soda. But the other thing you can do, you can get like what are they called? Like the like
Lots of hand movements.
lots
but
of hand
no
movements.
words.
Solar, like predators.
Solar predators.
Solar predators.
What
Like
does that mean?
you know, like the owl mom and dad have, like.
Oh,
what are they
yeah.
called?
They're definitely not called solar predators. They're
Solar predators. Look it up. Is it called that?
No, it's not.
It could be.
Very nice. The hat.
What's this?
No, it's just a you
Go show the kids.
you-
Go play.
you make me forget words when you say dumb words like solar predators.
like an animatronic owl.
Yes,
Animatronic.
It's
Is
just
it,
a.
is that,
it
that
just,
seems like
it's obviously it works
reaching.
off of solar,
Reaching.
but it's like
Solar predator.
I know, like
It's
I was
more
like,
accurate.
what's a solar predator? She's so weird.
Nobody got that?
No, Shauna, no one got that.
I mean, I got it. I told you what it was, but then you were belittled my answer.
Look it up. Solar predator.
Oh my God, stop.
Anyway, so, like,
just a stupid thing. It's just
But they have all different kinds of them, and they're like they don't have to look like an actual animal. Like we have one at my parents' place that is on their back deck for the fucking
woodpeckers.
woodpeckers.
My parents' back of their house,
It looks like it was shot with a gun,
like a lot.
but
like,
it was just
over and over again.
Yeah.
Just woodpeckers, just poking holes
Granted,
and
it's the
sticking
house
little
has-
things
has
down there.
been around.
That's what they do. They literally just like you can see them. They're just taking things, sticking them in there. You're just like, you bastards.
That was good. But the house has been around forever, and so it's just like, whatever. But they have like an owl, and it is like motion activated. There's a word.
You see the light in her eyes, how proud she is of herself.
It's motion activated, and it like will go off when something.
There's the word. Yeah, I said it.
Thought she could keep it from me.
But yeah, it does go off.
It goes
yeah.
off, and then it moves, and it makes like an owl screechy noise and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and so it scares away.
And its eyes light up. And it is powered off of solar.
See
Okay.
all the things I said.
No, not at all, actually.
But anyways, it's super cool, and so it keeps the fucking woodpeckers away from the back of the house.
And so it definitely would work for.
But they don't just have them in owl form.
Oh, they have them all sorts.
They have all
yeah.
sorts of things that
And
you
they
can
have,
get.
they have ones that'll flap their wings, and like all.
Or
I
they
mean,
have
depending
ones
on how
that
much
look
money you
like
wanna
little
spend.
boxes, and they sound like little gremlins. Like,
They do? Yeah. All I can think is that toy. Remember the toy that was around for a little while? And it bombed, of course, because it was like dumb. It was like a little monster in a cage.
no, but I want one.
No, but I want one. Where do I buy it?
So yeah, they have all kinds of different ones that you can put up depending on like what you're trying to
Deter.
Yeah. And they're really not that expensive. Like whether you're getting it on Amazon or at fucking Walmart or wherever the fuck ever, there's a plethora of options.
Yes.
And then you just stick that in the ground. Most of them are solar powered, and I would assume that's what you would want because like you're not gonna be able to. If it's in the garden, probably be easier.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, so they even have. Oh, so the other thing too that you could do, which a farm near us does do it. They have motion activated sprinklers.
Yeah. And it's actually very
Effective.
Thank you.
For
That was
deer.
really
Well,
weird
I'm
for
sure-
me to not have a word and you to have the word. It's very strange.
I'm winning. You're pregnant.
She's like, taking advantage of your pregnancy brain.
And that would work for anything like that doesn't want to get fucking wet, right?
Well, nothing wants
unless they have a
to,
little
like-
umbrella, and it's kind of like it startles them.
It startles
like, when
them,
they
yes,
first-
exactly.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool too, but obviously it's more expensive and
Like a sprinkler system. Yeah. Water, all that good stuff. Putting it in. But, I don't know. Sean's like, that one. There we go, too. That one, too. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's more costly and more time consuming, like the whole sprinkler setup. But, like, those would totally 100% work, though.
Okay, and then I was also thinking, like, I mean, I guess you only really have things coming through your garden, though, in the middle of the night. Because I was thinking, like, if it's, like, triple digits outside and the sprinklers go off and get your plants wet, your plants are going to burn.
There aren't deer come around here during the day. It's not only at night.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how would that work?
Not well, apparently.
I don't know. I don't think that.
You probably have them on the perimeter of your garden facing out and not on your stuff, right? Because if they're already in the garden,
Yeah.
that wouldn't be helpful.
You're smart. You're smart. This is why we have you on that microphone.
On that specific microphone, not this one or this one. That one.
I thought I was here for the chuckles and not for the knowledge.
Yes, good job. Good job.
Well, apparently it's for both.
You're
so good
getting
job.
it. Yes.
That makes more sense. That's how you would do it.
I was like, yes, that one. That's one I choose.
Makes perfect sense now. Okay, so you can do that. And then, but the ones at the flower farm were like in the farm. Like,
honestly don't think the plants burning would be that big of a deal. Like my plants don't burn. I water and they get wet and I don't know. It's just like
That's an awesome watering
have
motion.
some fucking water. Like I don't know. I've never had plants burn.
oh, I have.
Yeah. It's weird. You've had plants burn and you've had plants get frostbite.
We're at a different climate though. Like I know it's not
I'm
that far
we're
away.
I'm much.
She gets hotter than
We're hot. Yeah, we're hotter than where you guys are.
I know, but we get hotter earlier in the day.
we do.
Oh,
We,
interesting.
Yes, how many times do I have to send you? Thing? We do. Take my word for it, Sherry.
I believe you.
Send me things.
Send me things.
What are you talking about? What are you gonna send me when it gets hot here?
Him and his speedo running around the sprinklers.
Summer! It's summer!
That's gonna be our next reel on Instagram.
Oh my god. Yes. So fucking funny.
Oh, we have to do it now. We have to do that. We're getting you a speedo.
Getting you a speedo. Amazon right now. Work your magic on a computer to order it.
Come on, that's fun.
You gotta do it for the fun.
Yeah.
Gotta do it.
We'll get you something to twirl behind you as you run through the garden.
Oh god.
It's coming alive before your eyes, huh?
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. I'll frolic with you. Not in a speedo.
Shauna's like fully clothed. She's like, you're in a speedo though. But it's me frolicking.
I love frolicking.
We know.
It's like one of my favorite things to do when I don't have anything to do.
You're very deer-like in that way.
Like let's go frolic outside.
Let's go frolic. It's like a fucking butterfly. That's all I think about when I hear frolic. You know, butterflies fly and they're so like
Butterflies
sporadic.
don't frolic. Frolic is more for like like do like a deer, a fairy.
No, I get it. I get what she's saying, Sherry.
A fairy.
I wouldn't
Fairies
say-
don't exist.
Clap your hands.
We're going to Disneyland.
Sherry has to clap her hands a bunch of times now because she just killed a fairy.
You are hilarious how you said that. You're like, clap your hands. Shame on you. You're like, or a fairy. It's like, what the fuck?
Frolicking.
Something that doesn't exist can't do something, turns out.
I don't even know who you are now.
Realist?
You love Disneyland, like you.
I didn't say anything
All
about
kinds of
Disneyland.
things magical.
I
and
have
you're
to
like
believe in fucking
sitting-
fairies to love
No,
Disneyland?
I'm just saying you can't be like picture them frolicking.
I mean,
Well, yeah, she's
all,
gonna have a hard time if she thinks butterflies frolic. I think that's weird.
That's true.
all I think about when you think you're
Butterflies
telling
flutter.
me to think.
Flutter.
They flutter,
There's
they
the
don't
word.
frolic.
I know. Why are they called butterflies? They should be called a flutterby.
Flutterby.
And all I think about when I think of you telling me to think of fairies frolicking is a Tinkerbell movie. That's all I can think about.
That's weird.
Why is that weird?
I don't know, because I think of like cute little fairies in like the middle of like a little mushroom circle, like running
mushroom
around
circle?
with like flowers in their hair.
Frolicking.
Frolicking.
So weird. You're bizarre.
I'm not. I'm very whimsical. Anyways, so yeah, so the other thing that I hate segueing back after like talking about fucking fairies and shit. Like-
Shauna's segue is always, anyways. That's a segue.
That's all I can think of.
Very short, one word.
So I don't know. I don't have problems with skunks in my garden. Is that a thing? But they also do not like coffee grounds. So if you do have a problem with skunks,
That's so easy. Like, if you make coffee, obviously just save the grounds and go toss them in piles in your garden. Like, all, in the beds and stuff.
yeah, around like the perimeter and stuff like that. If you
Yeah.
have like above ground like beds,
Yeah.
you can do it like around the perimeter.
Yeah,
so they don't
definitely.
want to like get up in there.
Get up in there. They're like, ew,
Have
coffee.
a buffet. Yeah, and like ew. All right, because I was thinking, does anybody like, if you have like a huge garden, like that would be like difficult. Like we don't make that much coffee. I wonder if like Starbucks would give you their coffee grounds.
You're like, I have a skunk problem. Can I have your coffee grounds?
Like I'm sure they would though, right?
No, I'm sure they wouldn't.
Really?
Yeah, no.
I'd be like, can I just want your coffee grounds, Starbucks? Like,
Give me your coffee grounds.
it's not.
Quit looking at me like I'm crazy. Give me your
They're
coffee
like,
grounds.
911. There's some crazy lady here.
I mean, there's a lot of people that get like
demanding our
the-
coffee grounds.
like freaking.
Please hurry.
She's frolicking.
And she believes in fairies. So, yeah.
She says nothing will save her from the skunks.
What was I gonna say? Oh, people get like the spent grains from the breweries for their animals, and they give those to them. It's like Starbucks doesn't want to share their coffee grounds, so they're
I
already
don't know.
used.
Come on, another beverage type industry already does it. Starbucks, you have to.
But I'm just saying, like, it's not like unheard of for people to be like, this would just be getting thrown out. This has no other purpose.
Yes, but then they would have to have all their employees be like, coffee grounds go in this, whatever, not into the garbage.
California does that already, though. You're supposed to do your food waste in a different receptacle.
Oh, like food waste, but just coffee grounds.
I mean, that would go in food waste, wouldn't it?
I know, but I'm saying like so with like the fucking croissant.
She doesn't want the fucking croissant. She just wants coffee
I
grounds.
think
So she's saying, like, there would have to be a certain receptacle just for coffee grounds.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we should just jump over this topic.
Why? I feel like Starbucks should.
You're right. You should
gonna
start
call
it.
him.
I'm going to call him. She's like, committed. This is
I'm gonna
something.
call- I actually sent several like emails to random breweries and stuff because I wanted like their grains for my fucking animals, and nobody got back to me.
Weird. I wonder why.
Which is rude.
Yeah.
I also sent some to some like bakeries and like
Yeah.
you know, I'm like, I just want your old like muffins and shit for my animal. And again, nobody got responded.
Because, John, they don't want to, people are inherently lazy and they don't want to do any one more thing.
Lawsuit issue.
Liability.
Liability. There you go.
Why?
Just because if someone gets sick on food, that's not
It's
supposed to.
not-
Well, she's not eating
It's
it.
not for me.
I'm just saying.
It's for my animals. I just
Or
want
your
the
animals
old
get sick.
muffins. For my, if my animals chokes on your old muffin, I won't sue you. I'll sign something.
I'll sign something.
Subparagraph C3. The old muffin clause.
So another way you can do this if you were, I guess, if Starbucks won't give you their coffee grounds, you
Which
can
we know they won't.
you can soak like a cloth in ammonia, which sounds gross.
Throw it in some bleach and then you got a party.
Well, like
Seriously.
it's very chemically. I don't know.
Well, ammonia, I mean, that is very, very strong. And so that's why that works. Again, it just, their sense of smell is just so much more heightened than ours.
Yeah.
So the ammonia, though, oh God, how could you even do that yourself?
Like pass out in the garden. You're like,
Yeah, I don't know. And like, what about your kids? I don't know. That one, I don't know. I'm not sure.
yeah, I don't know.
I would never do that personally. I mean, I don't have these problems.
Sounds like husband work.
It doesn't like husband work.
Skill set, it's yours.
Yeah, skill
Soak
set.
this cloth in this chemical.
Ammonia soaked cloth. Go.
You better run fast.
And Gary behind you, not in front.
If you pass out, I'm not coming out there, okay?
I warned you. I said it was ammonia.
So obviously there's lots of different ways you can go about this, but like Sherry and I said at the beginning, your best defense is a fence.
Yeah. And then dogs, if you can, or if you have dogs and and if they can be out 24/7, you should definitely have that be a thing because that's going to keep away everything. I mean, dogs don't like, I don't know any dog, well, maybe your little chihuahua here, but any other dog that would let on like skunks and rabbits and things, like they're usually chasing things, high prey drive and all.
We had a possum.
So cute.
I love possums, but they're only marsupial in North America.
I
You
know.
that?
It's amazing.
It's amazing. They actually they'll eat like ticks off of deer. And
I
stuff.
know.
Like a deer will go up to them and be like, "Hey, can you help me out here?"
A little bit of itchy in the back
Yeah,
here.
and they'll it's
Well,
like,
eat your pigeons though too.
they do. They eat and chickens.
And chickens.
Yeah, so naughty. But
Naughty.
I couldn't stop just like a tick.
but anyways, I still love them. I would never like kill a possum or anything. Not that I would kill anything. But so we had this possum out front and I heard the dogs like freaking out, so I went out there and I like shined the flashlight on the tree out in the middle of the field, and I saw the possum, like he was like on the ground, right? Like on the ground around the perimeter of the tree, and the dogs are out there. And my dog Jelly, he's just, a mutt or whatever. And he's sniffing on the ground. He's like following the scent, but he's like on one side of the tree and the possum's on the other.
He's like 10
right?
steps behind the possum.
Yeah, it was so weird, like watching this like happen because it was like slow motion. The possum's like not hurrying either. He's just like, oh, this fucking dog. And like the like Jelly goes behind the tree, and the possum's like doop a doop a doop, and then he goes up the tree, you know. And like he goes up the tree right as Jelly's coming around, but his nose is still on the ground.
Oh my
right?
God.
So he
how
doesn't see it go. It
funny.
was so weird. I was like, how is my dog not noticing this? It's like he's so fucking blind. And then the possum goes up the tree. And then Jelly makes another lap and then realizes that's where the scent goes, you know, it's up the tree. And then he's like looking up the tree. It's like,
Possum's like,
yeah. He's like, fuck you. Fuck your mom.
beat you again.
Yeah. Oh, God.
That is hysterical.
Yeah. So he was like, and then the possum was just like chilling up there. He was just like, I'm good. But it was just weird because I was like, okay, what are you doing?
No, my dogs kill things. My dogs kill, like they killed a skunk the other night.
Is
Killed
that
it.
the sad story you're going to tell me earlier and you
No, it's not.
didn't?
Why are
Yeah.
you trying to figure out the sad story?
I know she's like this though. Like
Yeah. Then why'd you tell me?
Yeah,
Why?
things like hurt her soul, but she wants to know the soul crushing info.
I
And you're
don't.
just like,
I don't
why?
want to know. I just don't want to know that I know that I know. I
Then
don't
quit
wanna,
asking questions.
I don't want to know
No,
anything
that's not the
about
story.
it.
That's not the story at all. Not the story. But my dogs do kill things. They are very good at their job, and they're like, if you're on the property, you better hustle out of here or you're dead. Like, we're just gonna kill you.
We have so like where we're at. What was the fucking thing called now? I can't remember.
Ringtail cat.
Yes, thank you. Look at you
Oh.
and your amazingness.
I
Good
know. How
job.
did you figure that out? That's
We're so
bizarre.
happy that you have a microphone.
We are. That was good.
That was
Good
bizarre.
job, you.
So you read my
Um,
mind.
So I don't know why you had to do that in your high
Yeah,
like
so
Mickey Mouse
ring-
voice.
It's the only way you'll pay attention to me.
The ringtail cat. That
So-
was the one that freaked your daughter out.
Yeah. So
She still talks about that. She's terrified still.
I know she's like scared to go.
She has
Into
like
the woodshed.
trauma.
She does. So like I hear
It's
this
crazy.
sound out by the garden, and it was like this. You know that it was kind of reminding me. You know that mountain lion, like when they're calling their baby sound.
The whistling.
And
It's
Shauna
like
was
that-
like, I must go to it.
So I was like, I want to go see what it is. You know.
Walking right into danger. This
I had a
is me.
flashlight,
That's gonna help.
and I had the dogs with me.
Apparently they're dumb. Your dog can't even catch a possum, and you're like, got my dogs with me. I don't think that's really gonna help in any
But I'm
situation.
like listening to the sound, and then I'm trying to like mimic it, and it's like calling back to me and stuff. And it was so cool. And I was like, "What are you? Like, are you a predator? Are you gonna eat me?" And
Let's find out.
I was like going closer to it, and like Honest is like at the door. He's like, "Cat, get back inside! You're gonna something's gonna fucking kill you." I'm like, "It's fine." And it was, but and then the next day, because I was trying to look up what that sound was, and I couldn't figure it out, and we don't really before this we didn't really know that the ring-tailed cats like were
Even
still
lived here,
around
yeah.
in this area. Like we knew that they lived like back in the gold rush days and like all that shit, but we didn't know that they were still like existed in this area.
Yeah.
And so then my daughter River, she's out by the woodshed in the back of our barn, and she's yelling and freaking the fuck out, like running like a maniac. And I was like, what the fuck? I thought like again, I thought she saw some like large predator. I don't know what, because it's like I don't know. I was like, maybe a mountain lion is like up because we have like some of the wood stacked on the very top. So it's like something could be up there, you know?
Yeah.
And she said that it looked similar to a raccoon, but it wasn't. It was longer and kind of looked like a cat. So, okay. And then, and it was up high, and then it jumped down through the thingies, and then that's when she saw it because she scared it when she went back there. It scared her, and she ran like the Dickens, like out of there. And
Poor ringtail cat ran like the Dickens.
Yeah.
So scary. Scary human.
And so then I was like, I looked up after what she described, and it was like, and then I looked up the noise. It was the same fucking noise. That they
That
make
is
this
so cute.
high-pitched weird noise, and it was this ring-tailed cat or whatever, and they look, you'll have to, maybe you can put up a picture of that, huh? Look at you and all of your awesomeness over there.
No.
But,
He's all, no.
but they do look very
Because
similar
you suggested it.
to a kitty, right? But then they have this,
Their head is a
their
bit, their head's
smaller,
different.
yeah. And then
And they have obviously a long ass fucking tail.
long
that's
floofy tail
lots of
that's
rings on
like
it.
but so crazy. And then we kept hearing it at night. It would be down in our lower field, and I don't know if it had like babies somewhere, and it was like I don't know, but it was just
Maybe it was mating season too, though, was the other thing.
Oh, that's true.
So when you were calling to it,
It
it
was,
was
like,
like,
later in the...
oh, another one. Yes, yes.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
what I was like, maybe they don't have anybody, like, they're obviously, we don't see them. That's like the first time I've ever saw one living here almost my entire life. Not
Yeah,
here,
that's
but, like, in
really
this area.
cool.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy. I was like, what? That's weird. But yeah, so I don't know if I know that they will kill a chicken, but not, like, they usually are, like, for smaller, like,
Smaller
prey.
prey. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like mice and shit. So I'm sure
It's
they're
very
better to
small.
have around.
Yeah, better than not to have around. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
most things. People think,
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
I can eradicate this and then all my problems will be solved.
No, you
Shut
gotta.
the fuck up.
I know you gotta. I've been actually really proud of all of like my neighbors up where we live. We have that like whatever Facebook page or whatever the fuck, and for like our community, and so many people have been finding rattlesnakes, and they call the guy up here that like, will come and like remove them.
Oh, that's nice.
So many people. And whereas I feel like last year I was reading a lot of people were like killed another rattlesnake today, and I was always like,
I like
stupid fucking idiots.
I
You're the problem.
I really do, and I see it so much, and they're like, got my shovel out, and they like kill the poor thing, and they're like, we have kids, we have horses. It's like, okay, like
I mean, the rattlesnakes has kids too. Like what? You don't see it killing you all the time. Like it's just so fucking weird. Like you can't just eradicate a whole species just because you have a fear of it. And by the way, completely unbased fear too. It's not like they kill like a bajillion people every year.
They're very timid. Our rattlesnake specifically that we have here, our only poison snake that we have in
California.
Yes. They are super, super chill. Like, they do not want to mess with you. They even, like, they'll give you a warning. They're like, hey, I'm right here, please, get the fuck away.
Literally, they give you a warning, and people are still killing
And
them.
then-
And you're like, why? Leave them alone. They're warning you not to come near them.
And you can...
That's why people never give a warning shot. They go straight for the kill.
Seriously.
Like, if you can remove them and, like, take them away or whatever and put them on, wherever, it's like, it's fine. Like, I'm not saying you have to leave them in your pasture with your horses because horses are dumb and they're like, hey, look, a rattlesnake. I'm going to put my nose down here. I'm going to get bit. Oh, I got bit again. Oh, look, I got bit in my butt. Like, why are they so dumb?
Horses are the biggest.
I love fucking horses, okay? I love them.
I'm not a gigantic fan. Horses, and this is why. Because
like,
they're huge and they're so dumb, and they're so big. And you're
but
like.
they can be very, like, loving and intelligent,
Well,
but they're
of course
still
they can.
so dumb.
It's an animal.
Like, you're
They're
just
just so
like,
dumb, yes.
Why?
No.
Why
I do not
are-
appreciate that aspect of horses at all.
Like, where, like, everything else is like, oh, what the fuck is that? And the horses are like,
even your cat,
hey.
right? Yeah. Your horse like, hey, they're little rattly,
Like, horses
snaky.
always get bit.
You
Yeah. They're like, hey, I'm making a noise, a scary, scary noise. Like,
I should come over there.
Yeah.
Like, what your cat though, right? Your cat's like, what the?
yeah.
What the? And your
cat's
dog's like,
pap, pap, pap. And
right.
then the snake's dead. You're like, I'm like kind of scared of you right now. Like, cats are crazy, man.
well, and then your dog stays away from the fucking snake.
Yeah. I know some dogs that will, like, I feel like,
Our neighbor's dog got bit, but it totally survived. They didn't even get an antivenom. I feel like most of the time.
and they have that thing where you can put your dog through training of, to
Yeah.
avoid.
to avoid the snakes. I don't know. I don't feel like I needed. My dog's already had that training inherently. They're just
Inherently.
like, that is a dangerous thing. I should not go near it. Our guinea hens.
My dog's like,
Our guinea hens are like.
my one dog, like, runs towards gunshots, so I'd be a touch worried about.
Cookie does love gunshots. She barks. She's like, I'm gonna get that gun.
I'm gonna get it.
I'm gonna get it. My other gigantic LG is like, hold me, while he shakes all his fur off. I'm
Yeah.
just like, fucking dog. And then his fat ass
Aw,
brothers over
poor
there,
Caesar.
like, still laying there like, what? Like
Poor
gunshot.
Caesar Beezer.
Poor Caesar, such an idiot.
Yeah,
But very good at his job.
but that's how I feel about, like, black widows. I feel like everyone's so terrified of them, and they'll just kill them on sight. Like, they'll see a black widow, and they're like, you should die for being in this dark hole by yourself, not harming or doing anything but catching bugs for me. But because I know you exist now, you have to die.
Yeah, it's just like humans are awful. They're just awful.
Yeah.
Like if aliens do exist, they're probably already here, and they're definitely blended in because they're like, you fuckers are assholes. Like you're definitely never gonna know I'm an alien. You know what I mean? Like fuck yes, that's how they totally would be. You're like, you guys are awful, awful. Yeah, we see you. We see you just
I don't
wanting to
kill-
eradicate species just because they're like, oh no, it's gonna bite me. It's like it's probably not gonna bite you though.
Yeah. I like all spiders, like both Sherry and I, like we catch and like we take outside if they're like I leave a lot of my spiders in my house, and I know
leave all my daddy long
I know
legs in
that
my
sounds
house.
like weird, and I have like webs where I'm like, look at this beautiful web in the corner of my house, and other people
I
walk
don't
in
think
and
it's
are like,
weird.
you have a giant ass spider web in that corner of your house. I'm like, I know.
Yeah, and your clean freaking house is frankly creepy, okay? But you don't see me saying anything, okay?
I kept my mouth fucking shut when I came
Now-
over there.
now
I could
it's
smell
on.
that bleach chemically smell. Yeah. Hey, leave my fucking spiders
You
alone.
freak.
Yeah.
No, I have, because we will get a lot of flies because of the animals, and I mean, the spiders do a very good job at catching all of the flies. Like I have one in my bathroom, a big daddy long in my bathroom. He's huge. He stays there. That's where you stay. He catches all the flies. He's great.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple in my living room. There's some in my bedroom.
The only spiders like I'll take out of the house are, he's gonna make us a sign. Are the ones that
No, I take out like the wolf spiders. You gotta go. You bite, and
Wolf
you're
spiders.
not good. And
they're
bad.
very good.
No,
Have
they're
you ever
good.
seen a wolf spider with a bunch of babies on their
I
back?
haven't, but they're adorable.
That is the cutest thing I've ever seen.
So I just don't want to be bit very
No,
hard.
for
I don't want my
sure.
kids to
But,
be
like,
bit. It's just like,
I
no,
want
you
to
gotta
hold
go.
them whenever they have like babies. I want to they're so.
Jumping spiders,
I love jumping. That's my favorite spider. Did you know that?
and I love how they just they turn around
And
they're
then
like,
yeah.
meh, meh.
Oh god, that's so cute. I'm like,
They're like, fear me.
I know. I fucking love you.
You're like, you're adorable. Do you know how adorable you are? They're like, no,
I
you should
love-
fear me. I'm a big bad spider.
That's literally my favorite spider.
Yeah, they're
jumping
adorable.
Spider.
And normally, you can literally jumping spiders. They'll just climb in your hand. They don't bite you. They're just gonna.
But a black widow, was crawling up like River's arm because she stuck her hand in like
Another phobia of hers.
she
Your poor daughter.
She stuck her hand in like a watering can, and so this black widow got bothered. We didn't know it was in there. I wasn't like, here, have this watering can with a black widow. Like, I'm not a fucking idiot, so if you're thinking that, thank you. And so she had her hand in there, and then the spider comes out and it's like crawling up her arm, and I was like, it wasn't like on her arm, like, it's a fucking vampire.
Just
But,
crawling
and
up
yeah,
her
and I was just like, oh, fuck, and I just flicked it off of her arm, but she does have a mad phobia. I don't know why. She was very small. She ate a spider when she was a baby. She shouldn't have.
Oh, so gross.
You should have.
She literally ate one.
Oh God.
Not like, again,
You're a
it,
vegetarian.
it wasn't like
Stop.
I fed it to her. She,
Big legs hanging out of her
she
mouth.
just grabbed
at
it
the
right out of the
pool.
pool and was like, I'm going to eat this.
She's like, well, that looks delicious.
Chlorine-filled spider.
That's right.
Anyway, so hopefully we gave you guys some help on your larger garden pests.
Yeah. 'Cause we know they can
and
be a
what
problem
you
for
can
some.
do. Obviously, we didn't go into gophers and shit, but we've talked about them before, and they're just little fuckers, and you need to get an above ground bed.
Yeah, above
because
ground beds are the only way to escape. And you put the
hardware mesh.
hardware mesh down
Faux show.
on the ground.
I even
and then
painted.
build your bed, and then you fill it, and then they're just not going to get through that. And so that is the only way to deter them and avoid them. They're relentless.
I planted because I was I planted everything in
Shauna planted a separate garden for the gophers, and they still came after her main garden. And she was astounded, folks. She was shocked. She was like, how dare
This isn't your garden.
I planted you your own garden. I even gave them their own space, and they still came after mine. I'm like, no shit? Yeah, really? Weird. So yeah, they're just relentless. Even if you give them their own garden.
Maybe you
like
should make
the
them a bigger
mafia.
garden.
They're like the mafia.
I still did plant them some things this year in the ground. That's theirs. Obviously, I'm not a monster.
Shauna, they're gophers. They can go anywhere and get food.
No, they cannot.
They can.
You've
No,
never
they can't.
survived prior to your garden.
I know, literally.
But
what?
but now that they're used to my garden, I can't just take it away from
They
them.
have a standard of living, Sherry.
I mean, I don't have gophers. I've never had gophers. Never will have
I
gophers.
know, but I do, and they already are used to eating the garden.
You don't understand,
I
Sherry.
can't-
You don't have gophers.
I can't just not feed them anymore.
When you have gophers, you'll know.
Then we can talk.
You'll know when this is there.
Anyways, but I did plant some okra, and I was like, "This isn't for you. This isn't
Did they
for
listen?
Do you hear me?
They ate all of it, and
I'm
their
gonna put
baby
signs up.
plants.
Bastards.
The baby plants.
Oh yeah, did you sign? Was it easily differentiated between what was their garden and what was?
I
our
guess
garden?
it really wasn't. it really
there you
wasn't.
go.
She's like, in their defense. Yeah, in their defense.
It wasn't.
Well, you won't make that mistake twice.
But I really wanted okra this year. I'm so bummed. They ate all of them already. It's so early too. I was like, all right, well, Jesus.
Someone's hungry. You fatty.
Like they're like leaving alone like the squash plants I planted for them and stuff. Maybe they're waiting for the actual squash. But they just took the okras down like little baby plants.
So weird.
I know.
It's even
Anyways.
weirder that you planted a garden for them. It's like you're calling them to you. You might as well just leave a trail of fucking food for them, like fucking like
I'm
what,
not.
what
They're
that Hansel and
already
Gretel.
there. What are they supposed to do? I'm supposed to starve them to death?
They will not starve. So what did they do before you were here?
Well, I'm saying,
What did they do?
Sherry, no, you're
No,
not.
answer my question.
No, listen.
She's all no. I
They
will
were
not.
barely getting by.
You're not listening to me. They are used to. They probably have a very large family now because they got so used to eating out of the garden.
I'm
So their
telling you, they-
family grew, right? You guys all sound like.
They had a strong economy. They decided to have 6, 7 kids apiece.
And then.
They said these are
And
great
then I'm
times.
like gonna take away the whole garden, and then they're all just gonna die off because
They won't die. They'll go their places. They will find food.
A lot of them will, and that will be my fault. Those deaths will be on my hands.
Have you seen that video of the guy who feeds?
Her life is in your. Her life is in your hands. Dude.
Oh, come on, man. Don't say that. Her life is in your hands.
The video of the guy
a good movie.
feeding the. I don't know what that is even is. I'm
What?
sure you've seen it.
Oh,
I
and
know.
his voice is
Squeakers! And first it's just Squeakers, and then the Squeaker brings like a wife, and then finally Squeaker and wife
yeah,
bring
and they
kids.
all have. He's like, yeah.
What are they? What were
They're
they?
little like ground squirrels,
No, they were really big.
or
They
maybe
were
chipmunks.
Very large.
They're adorable, and I love
Fat,
how he talks
very
about
fat.
like.
And they
they
would come
all
to the
know their
camera.
names and like.
Well, they go. He has like a camera.
Fill
like,
your cheeks, squeakers.
constantly going, and they know, like almost like know it's a camera, and they would come at the camera, and they're like eating, and like munching, and just cover
And he
their
calls
face.
them by name, and they're like, "Oh, it's my turn to go out."
And
And
he
get...
genuinely, like, legitimately plants like food for them, like plants, and they know like their garden versus his garden, and he's had to go through great lengths to keep them out of his garden, great lengths, because they're obviously very intelligent, great lengths. But
Okay, but
I mean,
still,
he has kind of.
he did it.
Honestly, I don't think he did do it. I think they probably just ravaged his garden, and he's just like, you know what? We're on YouTube. It's good. It's fine. I'm gonna go to the grocery store, buy my veggies. I'm good now. You know, I think that's what happened because like there's no
But
fucking
he
way.
like feeds them. They're so cute.
They
I
are. They
love
are
it.
really. They really are. They're just so adorable because they're so.
Just saying to coexist.
Personable.
I'm not saying.
No, for sure. I'm
just
just giving
saying
you
instead
shit.
of like people are like if you stick a hose down one of the gopher holes,
No,
you can
no,
drown all the
no,
fuckers.
no,
like
no.
like
I know,
just
that's
chill
just-
the fuck
that's
out.
just that-
chill the fuck
yeah.
out. Okay. Like no one's like filling up your house with water and making you and your family drown. Like just chill. Like it's gonna be okay. We can coexist here. Okay. Again, I have my garden now. I did things, but
Well, yeah, and you overcame
I did,
challenges, and it's
but
good.
I'm still gonna fucking feed him.
No, it's good, and you should.
I'm going to.
It's adorable.
Yes. I also put sugar out for my ants. So there, bitches. Okay.
What do you think about that? Yeah, sugar for the ants. I welcome them into my home.
I don't welcome into my home. I welcome
She's like the Pied
outside
Piper of ants with sugar.
I welcome them outside of my home. I don't have a lot of ant problems because they know where their sugar piles are. So you call me crazy.
This is our sugar pile. I'm sorry. You made a wrong turn.
And we're not sharing.
This is your sugar pile?
I really like when I see ants in my house, I follow their trail to their closest like door or window. I put sugar on the outside there, and then they literally will not come inside anymore. I really don't
our
think.
sugar.
And then there's no like chemicals being sprayed. Ants are
Just
in my
sugar
fucking
everywhere.
house. There's sugar on the perimeter of my house, but it's not like I dump a whole fucking bag for them. It's like they don't really need a lot. They're fucking ants. So, yeah,
We watched, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids,
yeah.
and I feel like it was probably that movie and Bambi, obviously, that like really gave us that, like.
Oh, the auntie, and the so cute.
I still cried when I watched
love-
it. It's so
oh,
sad.
Oh, you're pregnant though.
Well, I do. I cry over everything, but it is very sad. It is like, and my kids, they're watching and their little faces, they're so
Oh,
worried,
no.
and they look over at me like, how
You're like, the
dare
ant-
you let us?
I know.
And Curly's like, does the ant die, Mom? And I'm like,
Oh.
he does die. He sacrificed himself. And she's like, no. I'm like, I know.
Oh, it's so sad.
I'm sorry, honey,
It's
but
so
it's not
sad.
really. It's not
You're
real.
gonna cry
I am. I'm
now.
gonna cry.
Wow, you're very
Because-
emotional.
I am
have
emotional.
you seen that? Like it's like the website, like it's doesthedogdie.com. So any movie that you see, you can like go and Google like, does a fucking
Oh
dog
my
die
god.
before
What?
you watch it or your kids
Who
watch
invented
it.
that? Because they're my best friend.
No, because my kids, that's like the anytime
Does
there's
anything die?
a
Yeah.
there's a dog and it's
Oh my god.
they're like, oh, is the dog gonna die? And I'm like, fucking Googling it,
Jesus,
So if it does, do you
that's-
just stop watching the movie?
Hell yes,
Yes.
we do.
So the kids are never like put
Yes.
2 and 2 together. They're like, I wonder why we stopped watching that.
no, they
It's
know.
okay.
Oh.
It's like
They just don't
have
it's
to
like-
go through it.
Yeah.
Emotionally.
Yeah, because you're gonna get like emotionally attached to
Yeah,
this
no, that's
animal, and they're
awful.
people, and the people are gonna be sad, and it's just like
I mean,
you know-
I was emotionally attached to an ant who is very clearly not real, obviously. Very, very
I
sad.
love ants.
No, I'm a fan.
I love
I like-
watching
yeah.
them. I love watching them like carry their little
I-
pieces of wheat above. What are you doing, and why are you so
I know
adorable?
why,
They
it's
take
so
it back to their
cute.
little home. Like
It's so cute.
Here's some sugar for that wheat.
they love sugar. I
And
love sugar.
there's so many movies nowadays that like basically are like encouraging to be more aware of like, oh yeah, these things do have feelings and they could have feelings. They could, whatever. You know what I mean?
Well, like,
I
I
just
mean-
think it's so cool.
Well,
Like
the
the
world
movie
doesn't revolve around you, dickhead. You know
Well,
what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
that's like
just
what it's really
because-
saying. Like
just because you're human,
just because
right?
you're here, it's just like
Yeah.
you're a little speck on the universe. It's
Right.
like it's just still like let's be
the
fucking
world doesn't
nice.
revolve around you, dickhead. That was great. It's good times.
It's good to know.
times.
It's good to know. It's good to
No, it is good to know.
realize. It's
Yeah.
good for your kids to realize that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my
like
God.
coexisting and actually being a decent human being
Yeah.
is not.
Just don't kill things. It's rude.
It's not like it's. It always feels good to be like release something into the wild, regardless if it's a spider or whatever, instead of being like I'm gonna smash you because you're in my way. So I digress. But thank you all for stopping by. We rambled on a little bit, just a touch.
She's like, that was a very weird segue.
Because
Thank you all for
my
stopping
husband's
by.
over it. Do you see him? He already put up his notepad with how long we've gone. That was a long time ago too. He's like, shut the fuck up. So yeah, he's over it.
So maybe 2 episodes a day isn't gonna work because
Why? Because he gets over it.
because you were very
It's Sunday night at like 8:00.
you were
after
very
a long
animated in the
weekend.
first episode.
I was,
I
but
know,
I'm tired.
I know.
You were very like in it and
I
just
know,
so
come
on
on,
top of
honey.
being funny.
You're really letting us down.
No, I'm just saying.
No,
something to think
if
about
it
for the
wasn't
future.
like yeah. I think 2 is. Shut up. We're fine. Anyway,
Yeah. So let us know if you have episode topic ideas. If you have a question, comment, reach out to us. You can get a hold of us.
That's already
Our kind of homesteading at gmail.com. You can get in touch with us through Instagram. Facebook is down, so don't even try. You're welcome. And I think that's about it. Oh, and reviews. Please leave reviews. We love it, and we're going to read them aloud.
and we will talk to you all next time.
That's right. Bye, guys.
Bye.